Okay, so let's look at what's going on here. I really, to be fair, could allow you just run with this because I've just done a series of four that allow you to look at this, but I'll just do them very, very quickly. They're not taking too long. So, bus produces and sells a single product. One bumper uses 5 kilograms. One bumper uses 5 kilograms of material with a standard cost of £7 per kilogram. Okay, so it says here that for production of 10,000 bumpers, um, you have, and I think I might just use this one chart for all of them, and that will make it quicker. For the production of 10,000 bumpers, therefore, I expect you to use 50,000 kilograms because that's 5 times 10,000 bumpers, and that's 50,000 kilograms. But what you actually do is you go in and you um, buy in 50,500. Just maybe give myself a bit more space. You go in and you buy yourself 50,500 kilograms. That's what you go and do. So ordinarily, well, of course, everything is focused on this 50,000 because that's what you did. So you should have spent £7 on each of these kilograms. Yes, your initial spend. You should have spent £7 times 50,500. But this gets, and that is a total of 7 times 50,500, and that's 353,500. That's what you should have spent. Now, first of all, it says that the standard material price was revised to £6.95, so it's been brought down to £6.95. Actually, it's good I've done this so you can see a difference. I'll use a different pen color here. Let's use blue. So it's brought down to £6.95. So there is a variance. You have no power over that. That revision has nothing to do with you. So it's brought down. So the argument here is we expect it to be cheaper actually. So it's now £6.95. I can do it as wholes, or it literally is 5p times the whole thing. But let's just do it as a whole. 50,500. So we 6.95 times 50,500. That's 350,975. So we now have a favorable, uncontrollable variance. There's nothing you can do about it. It has nothing to do with you. The business has made technically a uncontrollable variance of this thing 359 minus 353,500, which is 2,525. So we have, first of all, a favorable variance here of 2,525. You see, because what's going to happen here is this. What actually happened was that you went along and you paid 350,000. So you went along, I'll just change my pen color, and you paid 350,000. And technically that means that per oh wait, no, sorry, I better be careful. Let's just find out how much you actually paid. You went along and you paid 350,000. So technically that puts you at, if you paid 350,000, that means you even paid less. So we're starting now, your starting point is really 350,975, and we're going down, if you like, from 350,975 down to 350,000. So you actually, you actually found it even for cheaper. So there's a price here, maybe 690. I don't know. We can find it. It literally is 350,000 divided by 50,500. Why not? Let's just do it for the fun of it. 350,000 divided by 50,500. That's 6.93 something. So you have a further favorable variance of 975. Favorable. The whole point here was that if we hadn't done this, we would have said that, oh, we would have accorded or granted you with this variance as well and said, oh, that was well done to you. You see, because the total variance really is 975 plus 2525. And you would have received all of that glory. But unfortunately, this we already knew about this and we changed the standard to this. Right, great stuff. So I think that what I can do is to carry on and just insert the um, controllable, the usage variances very quickly in here. So now I have information that, let's just come back here. So initially I was to use 5 kilograms. I'll just delete this because I don't need it. And I'll just get rid of all of this. So you were meant to use 50. The initial starting point was that you were meant to use, um, I'm just going to use the same screen, or it doesn't really matter. I'll just use the same video to complete this thing here, and by just snapping, getting rid of this, that's fine, and just taking out this very next section very quickly. And just looking at this very quickly. So we have some information already. We know that the standard cost is £7. We know that we should £7, of course, and we know that you should be using 5 kilograms, if you like, and we know, therefore, to make 10,000, the initial plan was to use 50,000 kilograms. Okay, that's the first part. Now the question now says that this usage has been revised to 4.9. So we've revised this to 4.9. So you should be using 4.9 times 1,000. So we should actually be using 4,049,000 kilograms. That's what you should be using. So we have a change in our revision, a change in our revision. Yes, so we have this as there's nothing you could have done about this. We now argue that you should be using even less than what you're currently doing. So the uncontrollable variance here, of course, is this. You should be using less. So we have a 1,000 kilogram change coming back this way, times 7, which gives you £7,000 favorable. So the uncontrollable usage variance is 7,000. So this is where we start from now. It's almost like going to the revised. This is a revised figure. And now we ask the question. We now ask the question, well, how many kilograms did you actually use? And the question is telling us that you used 50,500. So I'll change my pen color. So starting from here, my new variance, my new revision is from here all the way to here. So I can now actually see that this is unfavorable by 50,500 minus 49,000. So I have 500 here, and then of course I have 1,500 here. So 1,500 kilograms, of course, times 7. 1,500 times 7 is 10,500 adverse, right? 10,500 adverse. So I have a 10,500 adverse because I'm interested in what's happening from here to here, and that's kind of the way we discuss this. That's the relationship there. So the point here is this: what's controllable is the bit from the revised variance. So here you didn't do as well. You did worse because you see here we would have only said, oh, you are only adverse by this bit. By this bit. But no, actually, we actually found cheaper material and said, okay, or we found a more efficient way of doing things, which it was favorable, but you kind of you just weren't able to utilize that opportunity. So things were worse. So these are your variances there for controllable and uncontrollable.